Islamabad, the green and glistening modern capital of Pakistan, lies on the crossroads of the East and the West. Pakistan itself is a new state in an ancient land, modern yet mysterious, crossing the Margala. In the northern area, you have the world's largest conglomeration of peaks, above 20,000 feet. These include the K2, 28,250 feet, according to some, the highest in the world. K2 is clearly visible on way to all keen to conquer the highest peak of the Karakoram range. K2 rises majestically near the huge Baltoro Glacier in the extreme north of Baltistan and has been the center of attraction for mountaineers for over 100 years. On way to Skardu, you have the best panoramic view of Satpara Lake. Glacial mountains are mirrored in the trout-filled, limpid waters of this lake, which has a fairy tale island reachable by boat. This is Shangri-La Tourist Resort, where we will stay, a 15-minute drive from Skardu Airport. Skardu, capital of Baltistan, is perched at 7,500 feet above the sea level in the backdrop of the great peaks of the Karakoram mountain range. Baltistan is also known as the Little Tibet. This description of Baltistan is primarily on account of the style of living that bears a striking similarity to the land of the Lamas. It borders on the Chinese province of Xinjiang and the occupied Kashmir. The tourist season is from April to October. The maximum temperature is 26.67 degrees centigrade, that is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And the minimum temperature in October is 7.22 degrees centigrade, that is 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Apart from its incomparable cluster of mountain peaks and glaciers, Baltistan's 5 valleys, Shigar, Skardu, Kaplu, Rondu and Kharmang are noted for their luscious peaches, apricots, apples and pears. Skardu lies on the bank of the Indus. Shigar Valley, 32 kilometers by jeep from Skardu, is the gateway to the mountain peaks of the Karakoram. This is Satpara Lake, ideal for boating and fishing. Beautiful, tranquil, quiet lake gives your heart and soul a soothing effect. Welcome to our heaven on earth, Shangri-La, a 15-minute drive from Skardu Airport. It is just the place for you to spend an unforgettable vacation. capital of Pakistan lies on the crossroads of the East and the West. Pakistan itself is a new state in an ancient land, modern yet mysterious, full of history and culture. Only an hour's flight by a Fokker from Islamabad airport is the world's least spoiled vacation land, Gilgit. Crossing the Margala Hills northwest of Islamabad, we fly over the frontier plateau in which lies the resort of Abbottabad and cross to Kaghan Valley along the Kaghan River. Aboard this Fokker, probably you're on the most exciting flight available anywhere in the world. Your aircraft, after crossing into the Kaghan Valley, will fly through the gorges over the river as mountains on both sides are too high to overfly by a Fokker. This is why flights have to be cancelled even if there is a single speck of cloud along the route. In the northern area, you have the world's largest conglomeration of peaks above 20,000 feet. These include the K2, 28,250 feet high, according to some, the highest in the world. Gilgit, the heavenly river valley, nestling between some of the world's highest peaks in an area where meet the mighty ranges of the Himalayas, the Karakorums, and the Hindu Kush. On the left, you see Lake Saif-ul-Muluk, nestling over 10,500 feet in the shades of the 17,360 feet high Malika Parbat, the queen of the mountains. Now we are skirting the 26,840 feet high Nanga Parbat. Nanga means naked. It is so called because it raises its proud masthead so sharply that even snow does not stay on it, though it is all around thousands of feet below. Nanga Parbat stands to the southeast of Gilgit in its majestic aloofness, the last western segment of the great Himalayan range. Highway, looking like a ribbon from the aircraft, clinging in an impossible manner to the mountainside, twisting and winding, going up and down. Now we are flying along the path of the mighty Indus. While the Karakoram Highway has been called the Eighth Wonder, the Indus is also known as the father of the rivers and the Lion River. It has already covered 800 turbulent miles before entering Pakistan in Baltistan. Many rivers join it in the valleys and plains to provide the lifeline of Pakistan, water. Is a town of orchards, fields and springs. Houses appear to have been placed there quite naturally. People are never far from the nature. The valley is interspersed by schools and offices. It is a small town of a population of about 50,000. It is even today the biggest trading center in the area, and shops are laden with goods. Apart from the fascinating views, these valleys offer the most enthralling mountaineering routes and trekking trails. Going to Khunjarab, we take the short ancient route on an overhanging bridge to cross the Gilgit River. Few miles further, we'll catch the Karakoram Highway.
My name is Alan Wilkinson. I'm here from Southampton in England. It's our first holiday in Pakistan. We've been here for 16 days and we're enjoying it very much indeed. I've seen most of the world. I've seen the Andes and it's part of the Rockies, and I think it's some of the finest mountain ranges I've ever seen.
Very interesting and very beautiful in the mountains. Very, very beautiful mountains, yes. And beautiful climate at this time of year. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity of saying what wonderful guides we have had, particularly the gentleman called Zaid, and we have a driver called Ayub, and he is an excellent driver. We have no fear at all about going up and down the mountains.
Karimabad is the capital of Hunza, where its former mirs were located. The Chinese called Hunza as Kanjut, and Kanjut raids were a great menace to travelers and traders in the region long time ago. Most of the people of Hunza are Ismaili Muslims, followers of the Aga Khan. The local language is Brushiski. Urdu and English are also understood by a number of people. The people of Hunza are known for their longevity. They attribute this to their diet, the main ingredient of which beautiful spots in the valley. The green and yellow of barley fields below, the raw brown and black of the rocks above, the stark blue and white spread aloft. Far below, the old Hunza River coils through the heartland of Hunza. Many peaks of about 8,000 feet can be seen, but the star attraction is the blinding white Rakaposhi Peak, which is the only mountain peak in the world which rises straight from the beautiful cultivated fields to its dizzy height. The Mirs now live in a new palace, which is a modern bungalow perched above the town. Are wandering over the valley. The Khunjira Pass was opened to the tourists of the third countries beside China and Pakistan on the 1st May 1986. During 1 year, it attracted over 7,000 foreign tourists. The pass is open to tourists up to October, after which the area is very cold. The border post at Sust on the Pakistan side and Pirali on Chinese side remain open up to 1100 hours Pakistan Standard Time, that is 1400 hours Beijing time, and up to 1600 hours Pakistan Standard Time, that is 1900 hours Beijing time for incoming travelers. We are back in Gilgit, where you can get foreign or Pakistani souvenirs. The shops run almost in a row over a mile or so. The best buys are handicrafts of the area. Beautiful dresses and caps are made by the women of the region. The government is trying to encourage cottage industry in every possible manner. Rug making is an ancient art in the area which is being practiced with profit even today. This art is in the hands of these simple mountain folks. Sword dance is a popular entertainment and an active pastime. The rhythmic movements of the dancers provide highly artistic combination. Polo is said to have originated in the northern areas, and the Gilgit polo is more rough and tumbling than the game played anywhere else. Both the spectators and the players participate lustily in the matches, and it is not infrequent for a player to be thrown bodily in the goal post instead of the polo ball. Home unwillingly after an unforgettable Welcome to Pakistan's second largest city, Lahore. In every sense of the word, but geographical, Lahore, the capital city of the Punjab, the fabled land of 5 rivers, is the heart of the country. Lahore is a city rooted in history and traditions, art and culture, festivity and festivals. With a population of over 3 million, Lahore is located in the northeastern part of the Punjab on the banks of the legendary and romantic river Ravi. While the city itself is well over 1,000 years old and maybe older, it was first conquered by the Muslims in the 11th century when Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni invaded the subcontinent through the legendary Khyber Pass and on his way down through the plains, encamped on the banks of river Ravi. Lahore, however, came into its own when Mughal Emperor Akbar the Great moved his capital to the city which remained the seat of Mughal Empire, during which was built the famous Lahore Fort. The fort in fact predates the Mughals, but it was Akbar the Great who rebuilt the original structure and erected the towering walls with their massive gates. Emperor Aurangzeb, the last of the great Mughal emperors, also built the last but the most prominent architectural monuments of Lahore, the famous Badshahi Mosque with the giant courtyard, the largest in any mosque in the world. Just outside the main entrance of the mosque, in a simple but impressively built mausoleum, lies buried the poet-philosopher of Pakistan, Dr. Muhammad Iqbal. It was he who first visualized an independent state for the Muslims of the South Asian subcontinent through his forceful poetry. On the outskirts of Lahore is the monumental tomb of Emperor Jahangir, set amidst sprawling gardens, a few steps away from the famous Grand Trunk Road that runs through the entire subcontinent from east to west. Not far from Jahangir's mausoleum is the tomb of his Empress Noor Jahan, or the Light of the World, who reportedly exercised great influence on the emperor and was the only empress of the Mughal dynasty whose name appeared on the coins of the Mughal Empire. The most popular of the Mughal monuments, however, is the famous Shalimar Gardens just outside the city. Spread over 40 acres of beautifully landscaped and terraced gardens, the Shalimar invaluable Gandhara sculpture, so delicately and exquisitely crafted by a people who knew the value of life and learning. The world-famous fasting Buddha, excavated from Taxila, is also housed here. The modern Lahore symbolizes the spirit of change which is best manifested in the imposing tower called Minar-e-Pakistan. The 195 feet tower, built in the center of the huge Iqbal Park, marks the place where the historic resolution for the creation of Pakistan was passed on 23rd of March 1940. Lahore today also boasts of a number of beautifully laid out parks and gardens. The best known, however, is the Jallo National Park, spread over an area of 450 acres, only a few minutes' drive from the main city. Lahore wears its best in spring, each year when the city and its inhabitants brim with life in true spirit of the season. However, the event that attracts people from all over the country and abroad is the fabulous National Horse and Cattle Show. The show has become Pakistan's major annual international festival, encompassing not only a display of well-bred cattle, but also an annual competition of various indigenous sports, including tent pegging. The National Horse and Cattle Show, which is spread over 5 days from 1st to 5th of March, includes a daily parade of kilted musicians drawn from various arms of the nation's defense forces who march past the grandstands playing a soul-stirring martial music with great skill.
हमेशा से ही मुसलमानों का सुर्रा इम्तियाज रहा है। ये पंजाब के जियाले, ये जियाले नौजवान और मुंहजोर घोड़े जो इस वक्त आपके सामने लाए जा रहे हैं कि इन नेताबाजों में मुल्क के बेहतरीन शाहसवार शामिल हैं। पाकिस्तान में इनकी अफजाइश और तरक्की के हालात खासे साजगार हैं। It is a very reliable animal, so long as you put allow it to enter your tent. शहर के इंतहाई कारमंद जानवर ऊंट के बाद अब आपके सामने
The principal attraction of the show, however, remains the impressive display of the best available specimens of Pakistani livestock.
brown color. They're reared for milk and meat purposes. The cows are propagated for milk, while the bullocks की मवेशी लाई जा रही है। मवेशियों की नस्ल बलूचिस्तान के इलाके भाग और जैकबाबाद के मुल्का इलाकों के अलावा दूध के लिए और बैल काश्तकारी के लिए पाले जाते हैं। उनके बाद आपके सामने से जिला जेलन, रावलपिंडी और अटक में पाए जाने वाले खूबसूरत किस्म तालाब, खुशकीले और नहायत तेज रफ्तार सही नतीजे मवेशी दिलाने जा रहे हैं। लाइवस्टॉक के माहिरीन की अनथक मेहनत और तवील तहकीक का नतीजा सिंध में हैदराबाद, नवाबशाह, लाड़काना और सिक्कर के अलावा सिंहताज के साथ साफ मिलती है।
Colorful floats are yet another attraction of the National Horse and Cattle Show. These floats present glimpses of the country's agricultural, industrial and social development. Included in the program is tent pegging. Teams from different parts of the country take part in the tent pegging competitions. To hook up a peg while riding a fast-running horse needs great expertise, which is attained only by those who first excel in horsemanship and then learn the rules and tricks of the game and practice them constantly. Like polo, tent pegging is also a very old game. Its origins may be traced back to the times when horse-riding soldiers, while attacking the enemy camp, would uproot the pegs of the tents which fell on their inmates and made them easy prey. In Pakistan, this game is popular in rural and urban areas. Some of the leading educational institutions also impart training in this game. And now tent pegging by camel riders. These camel riders have undergone the same type of rigorous training as that of the horse riders you have already seen. A hurdle race of horses is yet another attraction for horse lovers. Performance of dogs is the most exciting and thrilling event of the National Horse and Cattle Show. One of the attractions of the Horse and Cattle Show is the trick riding on motorcycles. This is interesting and dangerous, but the riders are also experts. And of course, tug of war, the traditional game, is also very popular in the rural areas.
Leg strength, there is arm strength, there is stomach strength. I think there are slightly tilted columns and columns, but the strength is not leg strength, there is arm strength, there is stomach strength.
And now, groups of folk dancers performing various dances of their areas enter through the main gates. Their spectacular performance moves the spectators to ecstasy. Unity in diversity is the keynote of all these regional dances. Differing slightly in form, they convey the same content and manifest the same spirit. People living throughout the length and breadth of Pakistan share the same social values and a common way of life. Through their subtle gestures, nimble movements, and firm steps, these dancers from different parts of the country interpret the hopes and aspirations, dreams and ambitions of the simple village folk of Pakistan. They add color to the overall culture of Pakistan and enhance its richness. A discerning eye can easily perceive the basic elements common to all the regional dances of Pakistan. Performance of the dancing horses is also a most interesting event of the National Horse and Cattle Show. Dancing perfectly to the drum beat, they give a remarkable performance. The credit for this goes to their trainers. The National Horse and Cattle Show is not just a horse and cattle show. Its large variety of events has made it symbolic of Pakistan's many-splendored culture. And you take off with PIA, accompanying sweet memories to cherish. Welcome to Pakistan. Arrival Karachi. Transfer to hotel. Morning, free for relaxation. afternoon, sightseeing of the city of Karachi, including a visit to the mausoleum of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the father of the nation. The most outstanding and the most revered premises in Karachi is the Mazar, or the mausoleum of the father of the nation. Built entirely of white marble, its impressive North African arches, magnificent crystal chandelier of Chinese origin, its copper grills, silver grave railing, and of course the colorful ceremony of the changing of the guards thrice a day, lend it an air of serenity, solemnity, and reverence. Indeed, Karachi is unique in the sense that the Quaid-e-Azam was not only born here at Wazir Mansion in the old part of the city and is buried here, but that he also received his early education at the local Sindh Madrasa. Masjid-e-Tuba. Karachi has also some excellent mosques. The Defense Society Mosque, Masjid-e-Tuba, has perhaps the largest dome in the world. Karachi is also rich in hand-woven carpet industry. Here you can buy some superb souvenirs. The hectic commercial atmosphere of the city is in sharp contrast to the calm and quiet of Karachi's beaches. Clifton, Hawke's Bay and Sandspit are the most popular, not to mention the famous Paradise Point. You can rent a beach hut and swim and surf, trot on a pony or ride on the friendly and brightly decorated camels. You can also buy handmade clay souvenirs from here.